This new footage floating around has got the whole internet tense and watching closely. After BigXThaPlug's circle got shaken once already, things spiraled again, this time surrounding the funeral of his close friend Z. Rumors started flying about possible Opps pulling up, and in Dallas, that type of talk always signals trouble.
Damn.
Happy New Year to everybody. Bro's just chilling in the club, hanging out, vibing to himself. No big jewelry showing. He got the ring. That's about it. Other than that, he's just in a calm fit.
And it seemed like them always the niggas that end up getting killed too. It's never the nigga that's outside tweaking and geeking it.
People were on edge, the city was watching, and everyone wanted to know what was real and what was straight speculation. Let's rewind to the night that sparked everything. New Year's Eve in Dallas was supposed to be pure celebration. Pink House Dallas was hosting its grand opening and the vibes were flawless. Bottles were popping, the DJ was running nothing but heat, and BigXThaPlug was posted up with his crew, fully in his element. Z the Wizard was right there too, fresh off a performance and ready to welcome 2026 the right way. He had just finished his set, throwing cash into the crowd like a real one does. The energy inside that building was sky high, and nobody had a clue that the night was about to take a dark turn fast. Just hours later, everything flipped. On January 1st, 2026, around 3:45 a.m., gunshots erupted in the parking lot of Pink House Dallas during the grand opening event.
How'd you end up getting into a argument or a disagreement with Big X? How'd that come about?
Man, how the fuck did it come about? Manager was robbed. Just some more happened with that situation. Cause somebody had stole from me, so
the noise came out of nowhere, instantly turning a lit celebration into panic and chaos. When things settled, 4 people were down. Among them was Z the Wizard, a 25-year-old rising rapper from Dallas who had been making real noise in the city. The situation went from celebration to emergency in seconds. BigXThaPlug was still inside the building when it all happened. Just moments earlier, he'd been turning up with Z and the crew, laughing, celebrating, and showing love to the crowd. They had been locked in all night, performing, vibing, and enjoying the moment. Then the footage hit the internet, and it exploded instantly.
Behind that, we squashed that shit. That shit ain't nothing.
You did squash it. How'd that come about?
That's what I'm saying. Some situation had happened. We got over it though. That shit wasn't nothing.
Oh, that's good. That's good. A lot of times it feels like rappers start beefing and there's like no way out. Like they just got to keep going at it.
And when I got real smoke, you know what I'm saying? I'm just put it like that.
The clip spread fast across X, Instagram, and TikTok, moving quicker than anyone could keep up. In the viral video, you can hear Big X completely stunned. His voice sounded broken, full of disbelief, like someone trying to process something unreal. He reportedly said something like, "They shot Z in the head. What is going on?" Security was trying to pull him away, but you could tell he was frozen in that moment, stuck trying to understand what had just happened to someone he really rocked with. The clip went crazy online. Within hours, the algorithm grabbed it and pushed it everywhere. In just a few days, the video passed over 100,000 views across reposts and reaction clips. The comment sections were flooded with prayers, condolences, and people saying they couldn't believe what they were seeing. That raw, unfiltered emotion hit viewers hard, especially those who had never seen an artist react in real time to losing someone that close. And the aftermath? Straight chaos. Z the Wizard was rushed to the hospital in critical condition and placed on life support while doctors fought to save him. Meanwhile, online rumors started spreading faster than facts. False narratives, wild theories, and misinformation flooded timelines, making an already tragic situation even messier. The city was hurting, emotions were high, and the truth was struggling to keep up with the noise.
If it was targeted, I don't know if they were shooting at Big X. I don't know if he was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't know if they were shooting in his direction on purpose. I don't know, bro.
Blogs completely lost control of the narrative, and the chaos went nuclear fast. Unconfirmed reports started claiming Z was already gone, and fans began posting RIP messages before his family even had a second to process what was happening. Some outlets were so desperate for clicks, they straight up declared him dead with zero confirmation. That reckless reporting only made the clip spread even harder across every platform. People kept reposting the clip non-stop, trying to figure out if Z had survived or not. Some were calling out the blogs for being goofy and pushing fake news just for engagement. Others were locked in, praying for a miracle and refreshing their feeds every few minutes. The uncertainty had everybody on edge, waiting for real updates instead of rumor talk.
You got a lot of prayers in the comment section, prayers out to them boys. That's why I stay in the crib on New Year's
cap.
Eve. It happens every year.
Literally.
You got a lot of people.
I don't understand that New Year's Eve go out type thing. Like, I've probably been out on New Year's Eve 3 times in my 27 years, and every single time, every one of them 3 times, I came this close to getting my ass killed, smoked, shot, robbed, something, ran over.
The official word finally came on January 5th, 2026. Z the Wizard passed away from his injuries after days on life support. His family kept visitors limited, trying to protect their peace during the most painful moment imaginable. When that news hit, it felt like the air got knocked out of the whole city. He was gone, and the hip-hop community took that loss heavy. Meanwhile, the details around the shooting stayed cloudy. Dallas police hadn't made any arrests, and answers were still scarce. According to eyewitness chatter, tension started inside the club and spilled into the parking lot. Some reports claim it kicked off when Z was throwing money during his performance and accidentally hit a few guys who took it as disrespect. Breakdown videos analyzing the footage say those same guys stepped to Z's crew near the bathroom area. Security reportedly stepped in and kicked the other group out, but the energy stayed heated. That tension didn't cool off. It followed everyone outside. Things allegedly escalated in the parking lot. Some reports suggest Z and his people may have gone back to their cars to grab protection and chased after the other group. A few independent analyses of the footage claim the shooting might have involved friendly fire from within Z's circle.
Now y'all see the issue I'm having with the label? The label is the one told me that BigX and his folks said that BigX said he not clearing the song. So who lying? The label or BigX? But guess what? For BigX calling me and us getting an understanding, him telling me ain't nobody told him that. And ain't nobody asked him to do this with me. And I asked the label.
One clip allegedly shows someone running while letting off shots without aiming, possibly hitting people on their own side. To be clear, none of that has been officially confirmed by police, so take it carefully. What is confirmed is heartbreaking. Z the Wizard is gone at just 25 years old. BigXThaPlug lost one of his day ones in seconds. And that footage of Big X reacting hit people hard because the pain wasn't staged, it wasn't performative, it was real. Then the spotlight turned to the venue itself. Pink House Dallas caught major backlash after the shooting. Reports say it was operating as an after-hours spot for its grand opening. People questioned the security, saying pat-downs weren't thorough, and that's how weapons made it inside. What really set folks off was the club posting on Instagram about how much money they made that night, just hours after the shooting. Many saw that as wildly disrespectful, especially while Z was still fighting for his life.
It was able as men to come together and call and FaceTime and say, hey man, to have that conversation is big. Because a lot of times these people, young folks especially, who ain't been through nothing, egos can be your worst amigos. So we'll get caught up in sticking our chest out. I done did it before. Man, I don't got that. You know what he did to me. You get so mad and so frustrated before you even understand. Without understanding, things can go really bad.
The whole situation reignited conversations about how dangerous clubs can get, especially on New Year's Eve, when the whole city is outside and emotions are running high. On top of that, Dallas logged hundreds of calls about celebratory gunfire that same night. The city was already tense, and Pink House Dallas became the place where everything boiled over. To understand why this footage shook so many people, you have to understand who Z the Wizard was and what he meant to the Dallas rap scene. This wasn't just another name scrolling past in a headline. This was a young star on the come-up whose life got cut short right when everything was finally lining up. Z the Wizard, born Z Cannon Grant Fields, was only 25 years old and already carving his own lane in the Dallas rap scene. Coming out of Oak Cliff and DeSoto, his story was all about grinding through setbacks and switching direction when life threw him a hard left. Z was raised mainly by his mother, Lash Shannon Grant, who he proudly called his third heartbeat. That bond molded him into the person everyone respected. People close to him always said he was humble, respectful, and genuinely loved his people. Before music ever entered the picture, Z was really a baller. Football was his first passion, and he attacked the field with the same hunger he later brought into the booth. But life changed fast. A serious injury crushed his athletic dreams and forced him to rethink everything. Instead of folding, he redirected that same competitive fire into music. Once he picked up the mic, there was no turning back. Around 2023, he locked in fully and adopted the name Z the Wizard, a reflection of how he maneuvered through obstacles with creativity and determination. The name fit perfectly. Former coaches and teachers described him as sharp, driven, and focused on breaking generational cycles. He wanted more for his family and wasn't afraid to put the work in. His catalog grew quickly once he committed. In 2024, he dropped his debut project, Wiz, Who is Z, giving listeners an honest look into his mindset, pain, and ambition. That same year, he teamed up with Young Don for Wiz the Don, a collaborative tape that proved he could hold his own alongside other artists. By April 2025, he leveled up again with Words of Wisdom, an album that showed real growth and resonated with listeners who value substance over gimmicks. Z's biggest records made serious noise locally. Tracks like Boston and Gay crossed over 125,000 streams on Spotify, while Anti-Cap Music pulled around 40,000 streams. Chevy turned into a certified Dallas anthem. He sat at roughly 25,000 monthly Spotify listeners, fitting cleanly into Southern trap and street rap lanes. His music spoke on hustling, leveling up, staying solid, and navigating real-life pressure. Delivered with a flow that mixed grit and melody, his sound felt authentic and lived in. Everything about his trajectory screamed momentum. Stardom didn't feel like a stretch, it felt inevitable. In August 2025, Z signed with Freeband's Gang, marking a major cosign that positioned him for national attention. Industry heavyweights took notice, including Meek Mill, who reportedly respected Z's work ethic and authenticity. The city showed love too. He earned a spot on Dallas Observer's Top 25 DFW Rappers of 2025, solid proof that Dallas was tapped in. Everything pointed to 2026 being his breakout year. He was supposed to elevate. Instead, the city laid him to rest. In August 2025, Z signed with Freeband's Gang, marking a major cosign that positioned him for national attention. Industry heavyweights took notice, including Meek Mill, who reportedly respected Z's work ethic and authenticity. The city showed love too. He earned a spot on Dallas Observer's Top 25 DFW Rappers of 2025 list, solid proof that Dallas was tapped in. Everything pointed to 2026 being his breakout year. He was supposed to elevate. Instead, the city laid him to rest. And his bond with BigXThaPlug ran deeper than industry ties. Both artists were core figures in the new Dallas movement, a collective built on unity, growth, and pushing positive energy in the DFW scene. That movement was born as a response to violence taking too many lives, making this loss hit even heavier. Dallas had already felt this kind of pain before. The city was still carrying the weight of losing MO3 back in 2020, and that loss never really left the culture. Every artist trying to make it out through music felt that shadow hovering over them. So when Z the Wizard was taken, it reopened wounds that never fully healed. BigXThaPlug didn't just support Z from afar or with empty shoutouts, he really put him on. He brought him on tour, put him in front of bigger crowds, and made sure people knew Z was next up. Shared stages, public cosigns, real exposure. This wasn't industry fluff. Their bond looked like a big homie genuinely looking out for a young talent with unlimited upside. In Dallas, when Big X vouches for you, that stamp carries serious weight. Outside the music, Z the Wizard was also a father. He left behind 2 children who now have to grow up without their dad, and that reality hit people just as hard as the music loss. He wasn't just chasing success, he was trying to build something lasting for his family. In his final days, Z was still giving back. Right before the shooting, he organized a toy drive for kids in his neighborhood. People close to him said that was just who he was, always thinking about others. They described him as having a heart of gold, and the wave of tributes after his passing backed that up loud and clear. Artists across the industry showed love immediately. G Herbo, who had just filmed a collaboration video with Z, called him a genuine one. Artists like Head Honcho, Amir, and Zillionaire Doe flooded social media with throwback photos, personal stories, and old clips, all calling Z one of them ones and promising to keep his name alive. Another collaborator, Timothy Chung, added his voice to the tributes as well. Then on January 11, 2026, a candlelight vigil was held at Inspiring Body of Christ Church in Dallas. Around 100 people showed up, all dressed in blue to honor Z. The energy was heavy but respectful. Z's mother, Lash Shannon Grant, spoke through unimaginable grief, sharing memories of her son and thanking the community for their love. A pastor addressed the anger, pain, and confusion that always follows gun violence. The crowd chanted, "This life matters," while police remained on site, a reminder that the investigation was still ongoing. Despite early online rumors about possible rivals showing up, no footage of anything like that ever surfaced. No drama broke out. The vigil stayed peaceful from start to finish, fully focused on honoring a young king whose life was cut way too short. This tragedy also highlighted a harsh reality about the Dallas hip-hop scene. Based on everything known, this wasn't about long-standing beef. It was a night meant for celebration that went completely left. A misunderstanding, thrown money, a perceived slight, emotions flaring, and a moment nobody could rewind. The result was the loss of a father, a son, and an artist who'll never step in the booth again. And while Z's passing doesn't appear connected to any direct beef involving Big X, speculation always pops up because of the pressure that comes with winning. When you're rising fast like Big X, haters come with the territory whether you want the smoke or not. Born Xavier Landrum on May 12, 1998 in Dallas, Texas, Big X turned himself into one of hip-hop's coldest success stories of the decade. His journey from aspiring football player to chart-topping rapper is filled with setbacks, reinvention, and authenticity that fans really connect with. His breakout hits spoke street truth without the cap. Texas went multi-platinum, went triple platinum, and the largest became another monster record. He's linked up with artists across genres, from Post Malone and Offset to country stars like Luke Combs and Bailey Zimmerman. By 2025, major outlets were calling him Texas's hottest rapper. But in hip-hop, winning big means catching hate just as loud. Big X's conflicts have come from the competitive, sometimes grimy Southern rap landscape, where street politics and industry pressure constantly collide. Understanding the miscommunication behind these situations helps explain why BigXThaPlug's name comes up every time violence touches his circle. A lot of this speculation traces back to unresolved tension rooted in the Fort Worth streets, where multiple artists came up. The DFW Metroplex is a tangled mix of neighborhoods, crews, and overlapping territory, and friction is almost guaranteed when success starts stacking fast.
One situation that keeps resurfacing involves Lil CJ Casino, who runs with Casino World, a crew tied closely to his family in Fort Worth roots. Big X launched 600 ENT in 2023 as his independent label, signing artists like Roham and Young Hood. With both camps operating in overlapping lanes, issues started bubbling by early 2024. Lil CJ Casino claimed he was robbed of jewelry, designer clothes, cash, and other valuables from his car while at DGB Studio in Houston. Among the missing items was a hard drive containing unreleased music, allegedly including early Big X tracks from before he blew up. When Big X's team moved fast to recover the music, Lil CJ reportedly grew suspicious, wondering if the whole situation had been staged. That suspicion turned into noise. Lil CJ dropped a diss track calling out Big X directly and referencing the studio situation, framing himself as someone willing to spark controversy for attention. Big X responded on IG Live, firmly denying any involvement, defending the studio, flexing his touring success, and telling Lil CJ to focus on leveling up instead of staying stuck on old drama. Big X also said he was never asked to clear any music in the first place. He mentioned the song was fire and claimed he would have approved it immediately if anyone had simply reached out. The blame shifted toward label miscommunication rather than Big X himself. Finesse publicly apologized, admitting he reacted too fast without having all the facts and acknowledging that his label may have mishandled the situation. But peace didn't last long. Days later, the apology got walked back. Finesse flipped the narrative, called Big X a liar, and reignited the tension. He even challenged Big X to a $500,000 boxing match to settle things physically. The internet didn't miss the irony, pointing out that Big X and Finesse had already collaborated on a 2024 track titled Opps. Whether that situation was real smoke or a publicity play remains debatable. Another conflict that adds fuel to speculation involves Big Yavo. This one centers on the phrase, the largest, and who gets to claim it. Big Yavo dropped an album titled The Largest in November 2022, making the phrase part of his brand. When Big X released a single with the same title in August 2024, Yavo felt his style had been taken. He went on platforms like No Jumper to air his grievances, accusing Big X of borrowing his ideas after previously seeking inspiration. Big X denied those claims in interviews, brushing off the criticism as random rappers hating on his success. Still, he showed respect for Yavo based on their past collaborations, making it clear he didn't want unnecessary smoke unless pushed. This situation highlights how territorial hip-hop can get, even over catchphrases, ad-libs, and signature branding. And every time that viral clip resurfaces, it hits people the same way. Watching a man realize in real time that his day one just got shot never loses its impact. The raw emotion doesn't fade. Commenters keep comparing it to other tragic moments in hip-hop history where rising artists were taken before they ever reached their full potential. The Dallas scene knows this pain all too well. Mo3's death in 2020 still echoes through the city, and now Z the Wizard has been added to that heartbreaking list. For Big X, this loss adds real weight to the crown he's been building. Success in hip-hop comes with costs people don't always see until tragedy strikes. While one man fights for his life in a hospital bed, another man's shocked voice echoes across the internet forever. Despite the title and rumors, there was no verified presence of rivals at Z's vigil. The viral footage captured something deeper, the exact moment a rising star's world shattered on camera. That moment will outlive the speculation. It'll outlive the headlines. It stands as permanent proof of loss in an industry that's seen way too much of it. Long live Z the Wizard. The man may be gone, but the music lives on. If you want more real breakdowns like this, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. We're keeping it all the way real.